Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Happy first Sunday of the month of May. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. If you like this content, go ahead and consider subscribing, and don't forget to thumbs up this video on your way out. So first of all, I just got back in the house and figured, let me go ahead since I'm looking pretty nice and record. But anyway, I am wearing Vogue 2000. I've already done a full review on this. I did go ahead and shorten it. I shortened it by about 2 inches. If you all remember from that video, I said I thought it was too long. Once I finished it, I wanted it nice and long, but it was a little draggy, and so I did shorten it by about 2 inches. And actually what I ended up doing, maybe I can show this to you, because I use bias binding on the hem. Let me see if I can get that to focus. I use bias binding on the hem. Initially I was thinking I don't want to unpick that, and then I didn't want to waste new, cut it off and then waste new binding and all of that. So what I did was Needle in the Bell, yes, she showed this thing about doing a blind hem stitch on her serger, and what she did was, and I'll probably pop in the clip what it looks like. I think I did record that. And so once I did that, then I stitched down, and then I just serged it through and pressed it down. And so from the outside, this is, well, that's the original stitch line, but you can't see that stitch I just did. So it ends up looking like that. So I thought that was much more convenient and easy, and all I have is this. I think it's about 2 inches wide, and what I'm going to do with this is run it through my bias binder maker and make bias binding out of it. It's not perfectly even. I really tried my best, and so it's sorry about that, the camera cut off. So it's about 1 3/4 to 2 inches in some areas, and so it's not a perfect 2 inch, but at any rate, I figure I'm not going to waste this perfectly long strip. May as well just run it through my bias binder maker and make bias binding out of this. So that'll be pretty good. So yeah, so I wore it today. I did this actually during sorority sewing after dark, and so that was fun too. But yeah, so I went ahead and did that, and yeah, I'm recording this kind of at the last minute because I had other stuff to do, and I see that you're a little crooked. But anyway, so yeah, I wore that today to an event, and if you saw over on Instagram, you know, I went to an event for church, and it was so good. Message so good. But anyway, so welcome to everybody who's new to the channel. I thank you for tuning in today. If you are new to the channel, usually the first Sunday of the month is when I do what I call the sewing buzz, and so it has evolved from so many different things, but the main thing I always share are new indie pattern releases. And some months, and as of late this year, I'm not paying attention to as much of the indie pattern releases because it's been so busy. For those who may not know, may not be aware, because I haven't talked about it a little bit on the channel, is that I am prepping for the 2025 Sewing Luxury retreat. The BHM Pattern Designers Sewing Luxury Retreat is sold out within a week. I do always encourage people to get on the wait list. If you are interested, you can. It is linked in the description box, but I've only had 2 that had to cancel for whatever reason or another. Something came up in their schedules and their plans, and so as soon as I put that in the wait list, it's gone just like that. So in the event something comes up for somebody else, because this is completely filled, it's only 30 slots, and so and that allows for the intimacy and the different things that we have planned with the instructors and everything like that. And so if you think you might be interested and want to at least be on the wait list, feel free. I'll leave the link down below. It's still on the retreat page, but it's at the bottom, and you'll see the form there, and just fill that out. But anyway, so it's been a lot going on behind the scenes with that. And then, yeah, it's just been a lot going on. And then some other things that I'm working on as well. And so, yeah. And so for me, you know, when I do the sewing buzz, I really do look forward to seeing, okay, what was dropped, you know, what's going on in the sewing community, different things of that nature. But at times, you might find the sewing buzz is shorter or longer, depending on what it is that I was able to catch based on how that month of activity was for me. And so the few patterns I have to share with you today for new pattern releases is only 4. But I have to start up at the top. If you are new to the channel and did not know, I am embarking on a new part of my sewing journey, which includes upcycling. I did do a video 3 weeks ago, maybe 2, probably not that long, a couple weeks ago, where I went on my first upcycle haul. I went to the Goodwill and I was looking for particular things, but go check that video out if you have not. I am so excited. I want to I am getting ready to work on a project. It's going to take me a minute because it's a different mindset. I like using patterns, and so I'm a pattern girl when I'm looking to upcycle something or create something from upcycle garments, denim, different things like that. But I have watched a few, and I've already shared all this before, a couple videos from different people that are sewists that upcycle and on doing skirts out of jeans. And so I have one that I have pinned that I would like to do, something on Pinterest that I saw. And so I'm going to work on that, and prayerfully I can have that for you maybe this month. Maybe. We shall see. I'll tell you about what's going on in this month shortly. But also, if you enjoy sew-alongs and you enjoy me doing sew-alongs and you like my sew-alongs, my teaching style and different things of that nature, make sure you go back and watch Butterick 6333 because it was the pattern pick from the subscriber pattern pick for the month of April. The pattern in focus this quarter is Butterick patterns. And so the pattern last month for April was Butterick 6333. So I did a full sew along on it. Go watch that. Now for this month, you guys, this one was neck and neck, and I'm gonna pop up a picture of this because I could not really, I did, you know, it came close because all 3 were initially neck and neck, and like they were all even. And so, but now, and I'm looking at this, I'm gonna do a screenshot right this minute. Okay, the pattern that ended up being the one to win out, let me just share this with you, is Butterick 6875. 6875. So I will be doing this month Butterick 6875. If you all know, for those who don't know, for those who do, you know I am creating a different denim look. I'm building a whole denim collection for 2024, and I'm building different denim looks. So this is the one I said I wanted to do, this view, which is view A. And so, no, I'm sorry, view B. That's view B because it has the gathered sleeve. Yeah. And so that's the one I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to see if it's one that I can do a sew along for. Usually for the pattern in focus, the pattern picks, I sometimes do a sew along. It depends on if there is one out there already and I think it's pretty good or whatever, I'll just reference that. Otherwise, if I don't see one out there, or maybe it's been many years since one has been done or something, you know, something like that, then I will do it. So I will have to go through the instructions. Actually, I'm gonna set this to the side today and look at it while I'm relaxing the rest of the day, and read the instructions, because I may have a solo on, because this one was just released not this year, it was 2023. This one was released. I won't say this is a fall release. Yeah, because you all know I'm on a pattern no buy, so I'm not buying patterns this year. And if you if you missed any of my previous couple denim pieces, which was the Melody Dolman and the Love Notions crescendo jeans, go watch that. I think that was my last video. It might have been right before this one. Also, I'm going to share at the end, after I do the new indie pattern releases, guess who have new patterns? I have some new patterns to share. And yes, these came from, because I'm on a pattern no buy, you guys, as you know that I'm not buying any patterns, any commercial or new indie patterns or anything like that. But when I went to the Sewing Fashionistas meetup, what has that been now? Last week, I think now. It's been over a week. If you remember back in February when I went, there was a de-stash, and I shared the de-stash. I de-stashed some patterns, and which wasn't a lot, because I'm pretty happy with the collection of patterns that I have on hand. But I guess there was a person that, or a couple people that didn't make it, and so they brought it to this past meeting. And so I just went through and grabbed a couple. So I have to turn the camera around because I think it's too much of a glare to pop them up, and I'll share with you what I end up getting. And so I am so very happy with these. It's only 4, it's just 4, but still I am super happy with the ones that I have picked up. And so yeah, speaking of which, I have coming up on the channel my summer dress collection. If you all remember, in January I talked about doing a 5-piece summer dress collection series, because last year I did a 5-piece, it was a 5-piece what was it called? 5-piece, I think it was just 5-piece summer collection, and it had different categories, and it was something that from the Sewing Fashionistas, Roz had us do, pick our patterns and all this other different stuff. And so I said for next year, which is this year, I wanted to do a dress collection, because you guys know I love wearing dresses, different types of dresses, everything like that. And so I said I wanted to do a 5-piece summer dress collection. And so I decided, because I do love wearing dresses this much, I am going to do a 10-piece summer dress collection. And for me, you guys remember, keep in mind, I am in Texas, in the Houston area. It's been hot for quite a while. We've already hit the 90s and everything, and the humidity is already been going on for a little while. So our summer hit before spring, pretty much, and it's gonna be hot like this until probably October. So for me, when I do the summer collection, these are dresses I'm gonna be wearing for quite some time. And so what I decided to do was, I'm going to do a 10-piece summer collection, and on Wednesday coming up, you will see 5 from my commercial patterns. Again, the reason I'm doing that, and I'll talk more about it then, but again, I'm forcing myself to work through my pattern stash. Doing the pattern focus every quarter has been amazing and fun, and really, you know, pulling out patterns that I haven't worked on, and you guys are selecting them. But now I'm going back through my patterns, because I'm almost at the end of all of my commercial patterns, and so I'm going back through my patterns now. I pulled 5 I have not made before, and those you'll see coming up on Wednesday. And then the following Wednesday you will see 5 more, but those will be from my indie pattern collection. So it'll be 10 different dresses, 5 from commercial, 5 from indie. And so yeah, so stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to thumbs up this video on your way out. And so yes, stay tuned for that. In between, I believe next Sunday, I am working on a pattern test, and I think it should be released sometime in the next few days. So next Sunday, you may see, if it's released, my review of the pattern in the pattern release. So, and it's a good one. Easy, super easy, but it is a good one. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that. What else is coming up on the channel? ME 2052. That is, if you all remember, I talked about this. This was from BHM Pattern Designers. I made the jeans, so you all know. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Yes, I already made the jeans back in February, so you can check out the review for that. But I always said I wanted this top as well, but I wanted it in a specific color. I wanted it in like this tannish brown. Well, here she is. And I've been sitting on this because actually I was supposed to, my plan was to make it in March, and I never did. And I was traveling and all of that. But now it's just been sitting in my ready to go bucket. So this should be coming up to you this month as well. And then of course the subscriber pick will be coming up this month as well. And if I can get the work out how to do this upcycle, you may have that this month as well. If not, I have another video planned. So make sure, you know, like I said, subscribe if you haven't. And that's basically it. But once I start getting the goal with the upcycle projects and how I would love to bring those to you is once a month. And that's for me to, and initially not more than once a month, because it's, for me, I'm finding, because it's new to me and how I want to do things, and you know, doing my research and all this other different stuff, it's going to take me, that's a little bit more of a slow sew project that I want to take my time with, because I am deconstructing to reconstruct. And so I want to make sure I'm deconstructing whatever it is I'm deconstructing properly, and then when I reconstruct, I'm constructing that properly. So hopefully that makes sense. So the goal is to bring one upcycle project a month. What do you think? Would you be interested in that? I hope so. It sounds like from the people who commented on that video, you guys are interested in that as well. And plus, there are other sewers out there that upcycle that many of you follow as well. Many of you follow the people that I mentioned. And so, yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's fun. So we shall see. I may have an upcycle. And if I don't, I do have another video in place of that I can share with you. But let's jump into what the new indie pattern releases are. I think that is all I had to share with you, yeah, for this month. I have 4 new pattern releases to share with you, and I think they are all, now had I been buying patterns, these would have been the ones to get. And so, but again, I'm not purchasing any new or commercial or indie patterns. And the only patterns I am purchasing, for those who are aware, if it's an accessory like a handbag, wallet, hat, you know, something like that, but it's not garment. No, I'm not purchasing any garments. And so but I have to say, these would have all been, except for one, I'm an ambassador for one, so I received it, but yeah, all of these I would have picked up. It's only 4 that I'm sharing with you today, right? So the first one I'll share is Pattern Scout. It's the VV blouse and dress pattern. Now, I probably more than likely fell in love with this because when she posted it, and you probably all follow Pattern Scout, her channel here, which is really good. She hacks a lot of her patterns, and so her own patterns. So it's always interesting to see her process and everything. But I'm sure because she, one of the textiles she used to create it was denim. And so, you guys, I promise, anytime somebody posts something in denim, my eyes just like, because I'm just in that denim phase right now. I'm in denim. You know, I'm always gonna try to incorporate my colors in there somewhere and different things like that, but I thought this was so nice. And I like the fact that it's a shirt as well as a dress, and it has a notched collar. So I don't believe there was a collar stand. Was there a collar stand, or is it just the collar? I can't remember now off the top of my head, but I'll pop up a picture. So it's a blouse and shirt dress pattern with sleeve and a sleeveless option. I thought this was really nice. And again, you can jump over to her YouTube channel, because I want to say she just posted one where she hacked this pattern to a totally different top. And so, but anyway, really nice. And then I thought this was nice too. This is by Made for Mermaids, and this one was called the Persephone dress. Absolutely beautiful. Also made for woven. And one of the things that they showed on their Instagram was how to tie it in the back, because when I saw it I was like, ooh, that's too much back out, at least for me personally, where the bra strap goes. And I was, unlike one of the tops I made in February where it was a low V in the front and a low V in the back, I just put a tank on and that was fine. But this, I was like, yeah, you can't throw a tank on up under this. At least I wouldn't want to. But they showed on their Instagram how to tie the back so it completely covers your bra band back there. And so I thought, this dress is so beautiful. I thought this dress was so beautiful. It says it's fully lined with enclosed seams. It has princess seams. That's another thing I love. If you all saw my video on the Butterick 6333, one thing, and just bodices in general, I much prefer working with bodices that have princess seams than bust darts. Having to worry about moving the darts up, or, you know, well, for me, I don't move them up. I'm always moving them down. Yeah, I'd rather just deal with princess seams. And plus I think for me personally, princess seams just look so much better on me. And I keep fussing and saying I'm gonna turn more of my front bodice, my bodices that have darts, into princess seams. I'm really gonna have to remember to do that, but you know, that takes some planning and everything, because sometimes by the time I think of it, I'm already cutting out doing my thing and want to get it done, and haven't transformed because you can't do this, change a bust bodice with darts into a bodice that has princess seams. You can't convert it. And so, and the videos I've seen over the past, it doesn't look complicated. So yeah, but anyway, that is just my personal preference for bodices to have princess seams as opposed to bust darts. And then this one is the one you already know. I have showed it. I've already done a review. I'm a brand ambassador for Love Notions. I hope you guys caught the 40% off sale, although the crescendos, which I'm going to share with you, that came out, were not part of the sale because they have been released in the month of, they had just been released in the month of April, so right before the sale. So they weren't part of the 40% off. But as a brand ambassador, if you are interested in the crescendos, they are an additional 10% off with my code SND2. And so yeah, love. I already talked about, I did not make the adjustments I should have made to those, but they are so wearable. I've worn them couple times now, and so yeah, it's all good. But yeah, the crescendos by Love Notions also came out, and then the Itch to Stitch Belleville jeans. And so I do like this style of jean only because it's different. It's so different. And I want to say I did mention this at the Sewing Buzz last month, only because it was released that same weekend as the Sewing Buzz, and you could still get it on sale. It's not on sale anymore, but I'll still link it down below. But I did like the seam lines on this, and I know they say it was trending. I'm not much of a trend person. I like what I like, and I wear what I wear, whether it's on trend or not. So anyway, so for me, I just liked it. I thought these were a good pair of jeans. So yeah, that is it so far as what is going on and what's happening. There are a lot of, as a matter of fact, frock tails going on. I remember the ladies were talking about it during sorority wear. They were going to the Atlanta frock tail. So you'll have to say down below if you went to any of the frock tails. Florida, I think there's one coming up in Los Angeles. If you're in New York and you went, or by the time you see this video or you're going, leave it down below so we can go hawk and be nosy on your Instagram, and when you post pictures and everything of what you made and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that's that. I think that's it. So let me share with you, I think I can change the angle of my camera here because I want to be able to share with you the patterns. Let me see if I can change this, and it might help if I stand over to the side. These are the 4 patterns I picked up from Sewing Fashionista, and they are all vintage. Well, I'll tell you, this one is for sure vintage, and the thing is, it doesn't look vintage. It does not look vintage. This one is, you know what, I think I'm gonna have to, this is gonna cause a glare. Yeah, let me just turn the camera around down here on my table, and I'll just share it with you. But this first one is Butterick 3123. It is from 2001, you guys. Let me show it to you. Okay, here it is, 3123. This is from 2001. This is quote unquote vintage, but how is this vintage? This is a Sandra Benzina. How, where, why? This absolutely beautiful. And the seen patterns that have come out that look like this. Let me see if I can zoom in on the, look at that. Look at that. Just nice. So nice. And so yeah, that's one that I picked up. I scored 3123. The next one is also Sandra Benzina. No, yeah, it is. This is Vogue. This is a Vogue top. It is 1033. This one is from 2018. No, this one is from, let's see here, 2008. So this one is 16 years. But look at that. Just a simple shirt dress, but you know, Sandra Benzina always gonna give you something a little extra, and there's gonna be something in these construction details that I'm sure I'm gonna pick up. So I went ahead and grabbed this one. This is 1033. This one I really loved. This is a Donna Karan from the Donna Karan collection, and this is 2954. And what I like, let me see if I can get in on that front. Look at that. Look how that looks. I love how that looks. And then the back, you have some gathering here at the back yoke, and then you have a little gathering down here. And that will be so nice in the chambray. But look at the line drawing on that. And who knew that it came with the pants? I didn't necessarily pay attention to that. I was really drawn to the top. I wasn't really drawn to the pants, but I was like, oh, look at the pants. The pants have some interesting detail in the front and in the back. So I was like, okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. And again, this is from Donna Karan, her collection for Vogue, 2954. And then the last one I picked up, you guys, I could not believe I scored on this. Also Sandra Benzina, and her sizing, if you all didn't know, her sizing goes from like A up through H or something like that. I'll turn this over in a moment. So all her sizing is in her pack, but this is 1034, Vogue 1034, and it's the jeans. Look at these jeans. You guys, I was over the moon when I saw this, because look at this detail. Look at that detail. That detail is amazing. And so her sizing goes from in Vogue, and this is why for people who are, you know, you don't buy Vogue because you think, oh, the sizing, Sandra Benzina in Vogue, her sizing goes up to a J, and it's really good sizing. Her sizing is really good. And there's a couple others out there too. But anyway, don't be intimidated by Vogue. But the reason I was so excited about this, I had learned while I was at the meeting, this pattern was a companion to this pattern. her jean jacket. I made this jacket. I have a review on my channel. I will link it up in the iCards. But I made this in collaboration with Crystal from Crystal Souls and Stuff probably 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember now. But this is Vogue 1036. And so one of the ladies was telling me, she said, oh, that has a companion pattern. It's a jean jacket. I said, oh my gosh, I have that jean jacket. So I still have this jean jacket because this sucker took forever and a day to put together. It got like 1,000 pattern pieces. This ain't getting donated. And now that I'm into upcycling, if I really want to do something with it, I'll just upcycle it. But I'm not going to even do that. I love that jacket and I still have it. Actually, let me go grab it. But yeah, I'm so happy. So yeah, scoring this. And like I said, Vogue 1036. Here's mine. I still have this jacket. It's not going, when I tell you, and it was a beast to put this thing together, but the detail in her pattern, it is top notch. This is not going anywhere. I mean, you guys, I went in on this jacket. Let me brag on myself for just a second before I close her out. Look at the inside. Yes, I bias bound every single seam. And I feel like, I can't remember, but the instructions might have said to do this. I don't know. But every seam, even the seam at the bottom. Yeah, I put my foot in this, so this is not going nowhere. And I highly doubt I'll upcycle it because I'm not, all these beautiful seams on this, all this top, I did a lot of top stitching. Now this, I did do top stitching on. And my top stitching was immaculate. It was so good. It was so good. Even, no skip stitches, my snaps. So yes, I am definitely going to do those jeans. I think I'm gonna plan those jeans for the fall. And but yeah, I've already made the jacket, so I know I can get through the jeans for sure. If I got through this jacket with like 11,001 pieces, I can get through. And it has a little shallow pockets on the front. This thing is so cute. So cute. That was a good make. Super good make. So but anyway, so yeah, so that's it. I am getting ready to relax and get off of here so I can eat me some lunch, eat the rest of my lunch, I should say. I started and yeah, go over the instructions. Look at this one, the pattern pick that won. Thank you all for your vote. And yeah, finish looking at that and just kind of chill out the rest of the day. So thank you everybody so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything, definitely let me know. Let me know what you think of the upcycle, you know, schedule upload, perhaps once a month if I can, you know, work through what I need to do to deconstruct to then reconstruct. Doing those perhaps once a month. Like I said, I may or may not have something for you at the end of this, by the end of this month. If not, it'll be in June. But so yeah, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you have not, because yeah, I have quite a few videos planned for you this month. But I thank you everybody for tuning in today. Other than that, the only other thing I'm working on this month, and I'll probably start recording that this week, is the attack on my closet, my my sewing closet, which is half open. Yeah, you see all that mess. Y'all know how that look on the inside. I've already shared it. But yeah, it's time for me. I'm like, it needs to get cleaned out. So I need to get all that stuff organized. All right, everybody, have a blessed one. Have a blessed month of May. And yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.